Before you panic, here's what this Mercury retrograde is, what it isn't, and what to do. Mercury retrograde runs from February 26th to March 20th. Mercury will appear to reverse course from 22 degrees of Pisces to 8 degrees of Pisces. You may have felt it early. The pre-shadow likely began around February 11th, when Mercury first touched the degree it will later return to. Astronomically, retrograde is an optical illusion. Earth overtakes Mercury in orbit. Astrologically, it's a review cycle, a time when the mind goes back to retrieve what it dropped while trying to move forward too fast. And because this happens in Pisces, the review isn't just logical, it's emotional, intuitive, subconscious. Why this one feels intense? This retrograde happens fully in Pisces. Pisces is an ocean sign. It blurs boundaries. It dissolves certainty. And on March 3rd, right in the middle of this retrograde, there is a total lunar eclipse in Virgo. That creates tension between Virgo, the schedules, the systems, the details, the how, and Pisces, the dreams, the exhaustion, the spirit, the why. So if you feel like your life is asking for edits, you're not imagining it. What it isn't. This is not a curse. This is not Mercury ruining your life. This is not proof that you're doomed because you sent the wrong text. Mercury retrograde in Pisces does not mean you can't think. It means thinking isn't the only tool available. The mind becomes less like a laser and more like a sponge. So the goal isn't to force perfect clarity. The goal is to work with the fog instead of fighting it. In traditional Hellenistic astrology, Mercury is said to be in detriment and fall in Pisces, meaning Mercury's usual strengths, precision, labels, sharp boundaries, are harder to access. Mercury loves to count and categorize. Pisces is the sign of the infinite. So yes, during this period, the calculator can short-circuit. But that doesn't only mean weakness, it also means receptivity. You may receive insights, symbols, and emotional truth more easily than clean facts. Modernly, Mercury in Pisces dissolves the ego's narrative. Old memories can resurface, dreams can intensify. You may feel more sensitive to subtext. This is the subconscious auditing the internal files. And confusion isn't always bad. Confusion is often the step right before a new understanding. You can't rearrange the furniture of your mind while clinging to the old floor plan. What this looks like in real life. Here are common themes: miscommunications, mixed signals, forgetting details, tech glitches, schedule changes, wrong addresses, emotional drafts sent too soon, and yes, exes or old connections reappearing. In Pisces, they often return less as the one and more as a mirror, a reminder of who you used to be and how much you've changed. The March 3rd lunar eclipse in Virgo can make these moments feel revealing, like a spotlight hitting the exact place where your life needs better boundaries. What to do? Best use. Use this period for rework, re-edit, revisit, rehearse, revise. Creative work thrives here. Spiritual practices thrive here. Leave extra space in your calendar if you can. Pisces needs gaps. Breakthroughs happen in the daydream, not the meeting. Listen to the energy, not just the words. People may say one thing while their nervous system says another. What to avoid? Pitfalls. Avoid premature commitment if possible. Try not to sign major life-altering contracts or make final decisions between February 26th and March 20th. Not because you're cursed, because information can be incomplete and emotions can distort the facts. Also watch escapism, scrolling, avoidance, numbing out. If you're dodging a conversation because it feels heavy or vague, you might be trying to stay dry in a season meant for swimming. The timeline to remember: retrograde, February 26th to March 20th. Eclipse, March 3rd. Post-shadow ends April 9th. As we move toward April 9th, the fog lifts, and what's left is clarity. Not the old clarity, a wiser one. Mercury retrograde in Pisces isn't a punishment. It's a sabbatical for the analytical mind. Logic is a tool, not a god. By the time Mercury returns to 22 degrees of Pisces in April, you won't just have better data, you'll have better wisdom. And sometimes the best way to find your way home is to let go of the map and trust the tide.
Horoscopes. Since the Mercury retrograde from February 26th to March 20th and the total lunar eclipse on March 3rd both fall within the 8 to 22 degree Pisces-Virgo axis, the focus for every sign is a push-pull between your spiritual surrender and your physical boundaries. Here is how this fog will roll into your specific landscape. Aries and Aries rising, the 12th house, the inner sanctuary. For you, the messenger is retreating into the most hidden corner of your chart. This isn't a time for external conquest, it's a time for a deep tissue massage of the soul. You may find your sleep patterns disrupted or your dreams becoming unusually vivid and symbolic. The pitfall here is trying to logic your way out of a mood. Instead, treat this as a spiritual research phase. Revisit old journals or therapy topics. The eclipse in your 6th house suggests that a work routine or health habit must be sacrificed to make room for this necessary mental rest. Taurus and Taurus rising, the 11th house, the social tide. Mercury is clouding the waters of your social circles and long-term hopes. You might find misunderstandings popping up in group chats or realizing that a dream you've been chasing feels more like a heavy anchor. It's a classic time for old friends or lost connections to resurface. The best use of this energy is to reevaluate who you share your energy with. Don't commit to new collaborations yet. Let the current wash away the superficial so you can see who is truly standing on the shore with you. Gemini and Gemini rising, the 10th house, the professional mist. As a Mercury-ruled sign, you feel this more than most. Your career path and public reputation are currently under a Piscean haze. If a promotion or project seems to stall, don't force it. There's information you're missing. You might be reconsidering your calling altogether. The eclipse in your 4th house of home and roots acts as the anchor. It's telling you that before you can climb higher professionally, you have to stabilize your private life. Use this time to refine your brand, but wait until April to launch the new you. Cancer and Cancer rising, the 9th house, the far horizon. This retrograde is asking you to question what you believe to be true. Travel plans might get messy, or a course of study may feel overwhelming, but the goal is to expand your perspective beyond the literal. You are moving from knowing to believing. Avoid getting into dogmatic arguments. The truth is slippery right now. The best use of this time is researching a philosophical or spiritual interest that you set aside years ago. Let your intuition be your compass while the map is temporarily unreadable. Leo and Leo rising, the 8th house, the deep exchange. The messenger at sea is navigating your house of shared resources, intimacy, and transformation. This is a sensitive area. You might find delays regarding taxes, inheritance, or partner finances. Psychologically, it's an invitation to look at your shadow, the parts of yourself you usually keep behind a curtain. The pitfall is paranoia. Don't assume the worst in your close bonds just because communication feels vague. Use this time to renegotiate boundaries and clear out emotional debts that no longer serve you. Virgo and Virgo rising, the 7th house, the mirror of others. With the retrograde in your opposite sign and a total lunar eclipse in your own, you are the eye of the storm this month. Relationships, both romantic and professional, are under the microscope. You may feel like others are being intentionally confusing, but they are simply reflecting your own inner need for a boundary shift. If an ex-partner returns, it's to help you see how much you have changed. Don't make forever decisions about a partner right now. Instead, focus on the rebalancing of give and take. Libra and Libra rising, the 6th house, the sacred routine. Your daily grind is about to get a bit soupy. Mercury here can lead to missed appointments, clerical errors, or a general sense of brain fog at the office. This is the universe's way of telling you that your current schedule is too rigid or lacks soul. The pitfall is trying to organize your way out of the chaos. Instead, try to flow with it. The eclipse in your 12th house suggests that a secret or subconscious block is finally being released, which will eventually make your daily life much lighter once the fog clears. Scorpio and Scorpio rising, the 5th house, the creative cauldron. For you, the retrograde falls in the house of joy, romance, and creativity. An old creative project might suddenly demand a rewrite, or a past flame might slide back into your life. In Pisces, this isn't about logic, it's about the vibe. If you feel uninspired, don't panic. The well isn't dry, it's just recharging. The best use of this time is to play without a goal. The eclipse in your 11th house may see a friendship shift, helping you realize which audience truly appreciates your authentic, unfiltered self. Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising, the 4th house, the root system. Mercury is retrograde in your private world, your home, your family, and your foundations. You might find yourself dealing with literal leaks in the house or metaphorical leaks in family communication. It's a profound time for ancestral research or cleaning out the literal and emotional basement. The pitfall is moving physically or emotionally too quickly. Use this time to settle into your space and listen to what your roots are telling you. The eclipse at the top of your chart signifies a major completion in your career that allows you to focus back on home. Capricorn and Capricorn rising, the 3rd house, the local current. Your immediate environment, siblings, neighbors, and daily commutes is where the glitches will manifest. Your usually sharp mind might feel a bit sluggish or prone to poetic tangents. This is an excellent time for relearning a skill or revisiting a book that changed your mind once before. Avoid signing short-term contracts or buying new tech. The eclipse in your 9th house is pushing you to look at the big picture, reminding you that the small daily frustrations are just ripples in a much larger, more meaningful ocean. Aquarius and Aquarius rising, the 2nd house, the value stream. Mercury is auditing your financial standing and your sense of self-worth. You might experience delays in payments or find yourself questioning your spending habits. However, this is also a beautiful time to rediscover a hidden talent or a resource you forgot you had. The pitfall is impulsive buying to soothe an emotional void. The eclipse in your 8th house suggests a major shift in how you handle shared debts, either financial or emotional, allowing you to stand more firmly in your own value by April. Pisces and Pisces rising, the 1st house, the evolving self. With Mercury retrograde in your sign, you are effectively underwater. Your sense of identity and how you present yourself to the world is undergoing a deep revision. You might feel misunderstood or find it hard to put your thoughts into words. This is okay. You are meant to be felt, not just heard right now. The eclipse in your 7th house of the other marks a massive turning point in a significant relationship. As you change your inner script, the people around you must change their roles too. Be patient with your own evolution.
If this helps, save it for later. Mercury retrograde isn't here to punish you. It's here to help you review, revise, and reset. Comment your rising sign, and I'll pin a quick tip for you.